Recipes for technical trading success in Cook's Kitchen.
All right, time for some meme stock mania. Here's AMC going to the moon. This is just crazy. So what the high here, I don't know if it's ticked 70 or not, but just in the last few minutes, it's rocked from 55 up to almost 68. I'm looking at a high of 67.31. Let's dial this down. And this is a 5-day move or 6-day move here from 12 to almost 70. You just unreal. These don't happen every day, kids. So I'm talking to my son about this because my son is long from the teens. He got in somewhere during one of the last pushes, up into the teens. And I'm telling him, hey, get ready to take some profits here because this thing is going to swing wild. So here we are today. Look at this. Holy smokes. So, we opened 37.38, plays around. I told him to move his stop up, a sell stop up to 36 yesterday and then up to 38 today. He didn't get out of 36. I don't even think he had it in. But so look at this. We go up to 62, back down to 55. There's just whipping wildly here. I mean, who knows? Maybe they could get this thing to $100. So I challenged some folks this morning on Twitter to tell me, or to explain how, how they view the valuation concept. But none of the AMC army or AMC apes want to talk about valuation. They said anytime somebody talks about price, look the other way, sort of. So, somebody posted this great meme. This is, Jungle Book, Disney's Jungle Book. And here is Baloo pretending to be an orangutan. And so this guy writes, be on the lookout. There may be bear shills disguised as apes among us. So I said, okay, I'll play. Peak sales for AMC in 2018 and 2019 were $5.5 billion when the shares were trading in the teens. Sales might recover to $5 billion next year. So is the company really worth $15 to $20 billion now? And I'm sort of comparing it to Bitcoin volatility and wild randomness. So let's take a look at the sales estimates, et cetera, for AMC. So, over $15 billion market cap, maybe it's 20, it's got to be over 20 billion this morning with this move. So where are the sales? Hey, nice sales recovery. So you're looking at, 90% sales recovery this year if they cross, if they get up to 2.3 billion. And projected, they could get back to the old heydays, maybe near 5 billion in 2022, which would be another 100% revenue growth year, annual growth year. Not profitable, as you can see in this line. Consensus estimates for this year, they're going to still lose, over $3. Next year, profitability still not in sight, but roaring back, right? And this consensus is from 3 different investment banks. So, should the company be worth 25 billion or more with this kind of sales and recovery? It's hard to say. And just to show you the historical sales numbers I was looking at, loading here. I got a little bit of a slow internet this morning. So this is AMC. This line up here, 5.5K, that's 5.5 billion in sales. This is 2018, here's 2019. So yeah, fell off a cliff. How quickly they get back there, but should the stock really be worth, is it a $25 billion company with that sales recovery? So by comparison, let's look at GameStop because, again, what's going on, the same thing I keep talking about is these orc armies piling in here, they're trading on this belief, hey, we're taking down Wall Street hedge funds. We're going to annihilate the shorts. listen, you got to remember, short selling, there are a lot of games to play in the markets, a lot of strategies, a lot of ways to make money. Short sellers are some of the most sophisticated players, in the game, in the jungle. It's a very hard way to make a living being a short seller. Ask Jim Chanos or David Einhorn. And, yeah, if you can take one of them out, you got that badge of honor. But what I'm trying to say is, if short selling is so hard, how hard do you think it is to build a money-making, winning strategy around taking out the short sellers? You might win with GameStop. You might win with AMC, but it's not a sustainable long-term trading strategy. And so here's GameStop coming off of, looks like peak revenues over $9 billion in 2016. And this is the theme of the blockbuster going down the drain here. So, but the thing is they're sort of stabilizing here at $5 billion in sales. They'll do that more than that this year and next. And the valuation is the same. The market cap for GameStop is less than AMC. So which is the better business? And, how do you compare them? All I'm trying to do is say the reason that GameStop trades at $250 is because it has more sustainable sales and growth. Okay, so here's AMC again. Another problem that new traders will have trying to trade something like AMC. Let's say, you're real smart. You're using an OCO order. Everyone should look at what an OCO order is. It's sort of an if-then. Like you could have your stop loss order down here at 45, a sell stop to lock in your profits. But you could also have an order up here at 70 or 75. Look at while we're talking new highs up to 72. You could have a limit order to take profits. Whichever order fills first, the other one cancels. So you're bracketing the market. So you should look at a bracket order, an OCO order. And the problem that I know that many traders are going to run into is if they do get out, let's say they sold at 45 or 55, they want to jump back in. Well, because they're caught up in the momentum and the emotion, where do you jump back in? We're looking at a 5-minute chart here. If you were really smart and you got out at 60 and you jump back in at 50, you look like a genius. But what if you did it wrong? What if you, I don't want to say wrong, but what if you just traded it, you sold at 45, then you're jumping back in long at 55, are you going to use a stop and cut that at break even? The tendency will be, people will be chasing it, right? They're going to be caught up in the momentum, reading the Reddit message boards, reading Twitter, and they're buying in again at 60. And, this thing, believe me, as fast as this thing went up, it can go down a whole lot faster. Let me see let me just show you some of the comments I got on this. People retweeted it. Here, I'll go to my notifications. Let's see what people are saying. So one of the typical reactions was, let's see. Oh, a guy says, anyone who mentions the price of AMC without ever mentioning the squeeze play on 90 million shares sold short is suspect. Well, I already said, that I'm willing to play the bear shill case just to have a conversation. But again, if somebody's trading strategy is just on blowing out the shorts, that's not a sustainable business model, and you're not going to make long-term money in the market on this, the Reddit revolution, the roaring kitty revolution, taking over Wall Street. You're going to have some fun, you're going to have some luck, but it's not a sustainable strategy. Businesses don't exist so that their stocks can go to the price that you wish they would go to. So there's some guy on TikTok saying how AMC could go to $1,000 or $100,000 or $1 million. And he goes, it's mathematically possible. Well, but companies don't exist so that they can go to the share price that you wish. And so people still need to go back to the fundamentals and look at, okay, what are the sales and what should we value those sales at? Even if AMC gets back to 5 billion in sales in the next 12 months, is it really worth $20 billion? That's what you have to ask yourself. And we're going to have a market cap close way up here in the 20s, I'm sure, after today's 80% move. So these are the kinds of things you want to think about. Also, go ahead and play the momentum train if you can. Just don't get caught up in the hype that this absolutely goes to $100 or should trade on par with GameStop. In fact, it's already based on market cap, it's already bigger than GameStop. So, shorts are getting wrecked here. Some are piling back in, some are taking their profits, and there was some good fundamental news when the guy has a hedge fund who takes some shares off his hands. I don't know where the shares came from. I don't know if it was dilution. I mean, it was a form of dilution if they had the shares, if the company owned the shares, and that sort of financing could create something new. Maybe AMC Entertainment becomes a very interesting entertainment experience as economies reopen. But you still got to look at the fundamentals. All right. Thanks for joining me in the kitchen. We'll talk to you next week.